Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now that carry just did something significant as well. It pushed him past Jerome Bettis on the NFL all-time rushing list. The bus had 13,662.
And not every carry you get in the NFL is going to be open field, right? A place you can make your cuts. You got to get some of those grimy yards, don't you? You got to go inside and run through people, just as Jerome Bettis did. That's what we've seen him do as well.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. It was just third down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
And that's just the third play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did. So the completion good for just 3, and it's second down.
You look at this defense for Tampa Bay.
They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
Now Jackson going deep for Walker. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line.
Now Baker going to change it up. Palmer going to go in motion left.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. A short throw caught by Andrews. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Second down, Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Look at this Baltimore defense.
Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Throwing, Mayfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A first down carry for Henry.
He's got it to the 43 here.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. To throw is Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down. Here's Ty Zentner now. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up second down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Mayfield down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Palmer.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Godwin, the motion man.
Mayfield on first down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
Down the right sideline. Chris Godwin, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin,
halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Jackson now.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And he's going to be brought down right there, so nothing after the catches. He's dropped at the 42. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. On the counter, it's Henry.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll run it again with Henry. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Ball on the 27. Here's a second down and 6.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
It's Derrick Henry on the slant.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I know at times today's NFL sure feels like everything's about the guy throwing the football. But when you got a guy who can run it and move it and gain this type of yardage, you'll take him each and every time.
Henry fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll give Henry another shot. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
1st down, Mayfield. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Palmer going to go in motion left. A 1st down throw from Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer, 56 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Walker. And that's caught inside the 30. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Escapes the defender. And not a great decision to bring it out there as he's tackled just beyond the 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
A touchdown the differential, a 7-point game as we get back underway in quarter number 3. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Dancing to his left. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lead. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have cut it back within a score.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Here's second and 7.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there, with now his second touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Bucs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
95 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 29, here's second and 3.
And the busy night for Henry continues. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Again, it's Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. From midfield now, here's Jackson.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. Second and 10.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They go play action now. Jackson flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. The carry here for the big tight end. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Baker changing the play at the line. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And now here's a carry heading left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Fourth down, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. The Bucs try it on fourth down but come up empty. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Henry up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's third down here.
Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Here we go. This is fourth down. Jackson. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Mayfield going to switch things up here. Mayfield to throw. He'll find his tight end, Payne Durham.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Here's Baker.
Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And in the second half of a tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Mayfield.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now Mayfield.
Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here comes 2nd down.
Now Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Mayfield. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone. Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it. One last shot for Jackson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Tampa Bay, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.